Hey guys, welcome to me reacting to Bitten while defending a friend by Let Me Explain Studios. Now, I've never actually reacted to Let Me Explain Studios, and sorry for the 3 videos today, was not expecting it. But I've watched a few of her videos, prior to this one, and honestly, they're pretty entertaining. I like her content. But yeah, anyways, guys, original links in the description. Make sure to subscribe to Let Me Explain Studios. Let Me Explain Studios. Thanks, let's get right into it now.
Hello, my geeks and peeps, my explainers and entertainers, my little oodle lollies, Rebecca Parham here. Throughout my young life, I've had a handful of noteworthy,
That's her intro. Okay,
people who habitually seek out to harm or intimidate those whom they perceive as vulnerable. Oh, sorry. YouTube now demonetizes the B word, and I don't mean Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
Ah, you mean
At my
bitch.
preparatory school, pretty much most of my classmates didn't like me and picked on me from time to time. But a few of them made it a more regular thing. One such individual was a girl that we'll call Millie. She was a troubled young soul, little on the mad side. Had difficulty understanding why people got upset when she punched them. Ah, come on, we were just having fun. To be fair, I wasn't her only
that's what you call a psychopath.
She was an equal opportunity irritant. She tormented girls, boys, big kids, small kids, kids that climb on rocks, everyone. And she did everything from cheap insults to stealing to physical violence. When you're young, adults tell you to stand up to kids like her, defend the innocent, be a hero, do the right thing.
But teachers...
What they don't tell you is that sometimes doing the right thing still gets you in trouble.
Yeah, because teachers are like, well, you know, you can't fight kids.
As an example. On with the show.
Yeah.
It was 6th grade when Millie and I had our little incident. That year we had gotten a brand new kid we'll call Greg. Greg was a troubled soul too. He had a very poor family life, all of the kids in the class relentlessly picked on him, and he often retaliated not with his words, but his fist. He hated everyone and everyone hated him. Well, except me. Seeing how he was a fellow social outcast, I couldn't bring myself to be mean to him. And in turn, he was never mean to me. You could even say we were friendly for a while. Now, at this tiny school, we didn't have a cafeteria, we all ate in the gym. So one lunchtime, Greg and I were sitting on the bleachers eating and talking. Now, when Greg wasn't pummeling the kids who made fun of him, he kept a journal. Probably should have been his first choice for emotional expression, but hey, I'm no psychologist. And this day, he had his journal sitting out next to him on the bleachers. As we talked, Millie came over. You remember her. She stood there chatting with us until she spied
I
Greg's
don't
journal.
remember her at all.
Ooh, what's
It's not
this?
like you just introduced her.
Don't touch it, it's my journal. A journal? Come on, let's see it. In a flash, Millie snatched the book out of his hands and ran off with it. Greg gave chase, and to escape him, Millie ran into the girls' locker room. By the time I caught up with the two, Greg was standing just outside the locker room, Millie was standing just inside with the door open, and she was reading from his journal out loud to the other girls inside, knowing full well he couldn't go in to stop her. And remember, Greg was a troubled kid.
Well,
there might have been some really
why don't you go in? Why don't you freaking go in?
This unfolding in front of me, and I knew I had to do something. This was not right. Time to stand up, as the adults say. So I ran into the locker room and began tussling with Millie for the journal. No one was getting hurt, mind you, just a lot of pulling and shuffling. But tug of war quickly escalated into war.
The book.
Give you 3 guesses who took it too far. We struggled for about 10 seconds before it happened. The next thing I knew, she grabbed my wrist and bit down as hard as she could. I screamed full voice and let go of the journal. When she finally let go of me, I looked down at my wrist to see a perfectly gruesome bite in my skin. And it was pretty gnarly looking too, those serrated indentions, it was already starting to bruise.
That's the most detailed thing you made in this video.
Because listen, human bites are nothing to sneeze at. Do a Google search. Mayo Clinic says to seek emergency care if the skin is broken. Apparently, we all have Komodo dragon mouths full of dangerous bacteria. Actually, that kind of makes you rethink kissing. You bit me! You actually bit
because
me! What the hell is wrong
it's a kissing
with you?
disease.
You're insane! I'm going to the nurse! Suddenly, Millie wasn't so concerned about Greg and his journal anymore. I marched right to the nurse's office, with Millie behind me trying to convince me not to go. When I showed the nurse the bite, she disinfected it and called the principal. We both got sent to his office. I told him my story, but when it was Millie's turn to tell hers, she actually had the gall to say, "When she put her arm across my back, I couldn't breathe. She was about to suffocate me.
Exactly.
So you see, I had no choice but to bite her." Objection, Your Honor? That's not how the human body works? No, I didn't say that. I didn't say anything in that moment because it wasn't my
hold up. Pause. I have to pause it here. So, here's the thing. here's the thing about, for some weird reason that I've been studying. Funny enough, I honestly, I'm actually studying humans. Yeah, honestly. And one thing I've noticed is that for some weird reason, um, principals do this thing, I guess, where they put people on the spot to the point where there's really no, like, you can't really say anything. Well, yeah, it's so true, though. It's like, they always, and it's a big problem, I think, with this. It's like, it's fine for people to stand up for other people or stand up for themselves. But when it comes to, like, schools and teachers and principals, they never do that. So it makes it so easy for the, the bully to just make up their own story. Like, it's super. And that's one thing. That's one thing that makes me mad about freaking schools. I mean, honestly, there are a lot of problems about school that I definitely know about, and honestly, I could easily make an essay about it. Honestly, I feel like I could easily make an essay on it. And if people did that, I would put my heart and soul into it, because I actually, yeah.
Getting a little freaked out because the principal was acting like I was just as guilty as Millie. I don't know if he honestly believed her lies, but he listened to our stories and said, "Well, because both of you were horseplaying in the bathroom, you're both in trouble." Horseplay? "I'll be calling your parents today. Rebecca, you'll be getting 5 demerits. And Millie, normally I'd give you 5 as well, but because this is the second time I've seen you in my office this year, you'll be getting 10. I have several objections. Let's get this straight. My crime, my punishable offense, was getting bitten while defending another kid. And the person who bit me would have gotten the exact same punishment as me if it hadn't been her second offense. Excuse me.
Oh my god, you're right.
You? Yeah, sure, maybe I could have politely asked the little sadist for the journal back. Like she'd actually give it back. But I don't care who you are. There is a very big difference between tug of war to get stolen property back and a full-blown bite that could have potentially ended in a hospital trip.
Yeah.
Lord
this
help
is
us,
just...
Becca's angry. Even as outrageous as it all was, I was beside myself. All I could think about in that moment was that I was in trouble. I was supposed to be the good kid. The peacekeeper.
Exactly! Right there! That proves my point. That legit proves my point that he's putting her on the spot to the point that where she's scared to say anything. Because she's scared that she might say the wrong thing at the wrong moment. So exactly. I don't know why, but for some weird reason, teachers and principals don't understand this major fact of human psychology.
The came and I solemnly walked to my mom's car. It felt like I was walking to my own execution. I got in and silently awaited my fate. Hey, sweetie, we're gonna be here a little bit longer. We're waiting on your sister to get out of basketball practice. That's it? No screaming? No lecture? No punishment? She's not even gonna bring it up? I was a tad confused. Wait a minute.
Yep.
She didn't get a call from the principal. She doesn't know what happened.
Oh.
Well, that's not right. She needs to know. Or I got this bite on my arm for nothing. Look what Millie did to me. Oh, hell no.
Oh, great.
Explain yourself, knave! We were in that principal's office for a good half hour, and Mom calmly explained over and over and over again the absurdity of it all. How backwards it is to punish a child for essentially being assaulted, especially while defending another child. And here I was terrified that she was going to be mad at me. By the end of it, she couldn't convince the
main
principal
reason
to remove
why
demerits,
she
but
can say
it almost
something
didn't matter
is because
anymore.
they're equals.
I had done what's right. I stood up for what I believed in.
And
the
they feel
people
like
that
they're
mattered
equals.
knew it.
So, yeah.
It may come with consequences, but doing good is its own reward. And after that day, Millie backed off and rarely bothered me or Greg ever again. Just goes to show what can come from one act of bravery.
But yeah, honestly, this was a good episode. Yeah, honestly, because again, I've been studying this, and there is a reason for it. Yeah, there's one teacher that just sets me off, and I've just been studying. Yeah, it's weird to say that I've been studying humans. It's weird, because I am a human myself. But yeah, But honestly, I think I figured out a lot. But yeah, this was a really cool video, honestly. I liked it, and I feel like I'm gonna react to more of Let Me Explain Studios in the future. Because honestly, the animation style was nice. It's definitely animation instead of just like images back and forth, like images cutting to one from one frame to another or something like that. But yeah. Anyways, guys, enjoy like my channel. See you next one. Bye.